Hey guys, Gamers Galaxy here. Um, I wanted to make a quick video since 2.6 is close by. Good luck to all those Ayato and Ayaka summoners. But this video is more about the other banner, which is Venti, and a future banner, which is going to be Kazuha. Now, I have both characters and I just want to make this video to give you a little insight on both characters to help you wish better. A disclaimer before we start is that my builds are really bad, so the damage you'll see is also not going to be very good, so just keep that in mind while you watch. These builds can be improved significantly, and so don't take damage into consideration. Take how what kind of skills they have and if you like their playstyle. So Venti has a good support skill set. His normals are not very good, but you can run shotgun Venti with C1. His Sky Sonnet is gives good amount of particles and it launches things into the sky. When you hold it, you can fly in the sky, and then his ult is where it's at because it's able to constantly take in elements and infuse his ultimate in it. His Embrace the Winds is not very good, but his second talent, Storm Eye, is what's really good because now it gives 1/4 of the energy back, and his passive talent it's the same as Amber's, so it's pretty good. Now Kazuha, his normals are the same as Venti's, not really needed, but his plunging attack is what you need because for his second talent, Chihayaburu, he's able to fly in the sky, suck things in, and then when he comes back down, he makes this mini Venti ult, and with this and his second passive talent, he's able. That's why he's needed so much. His Kazuha slash is also pretty good, but it pushes things out, so that's a kind of a problem. Now his first talent, unlike Venti's, is actually really good because it's a lot of extra damage, and his second talent gives with each EM that he has, he gives elemental damage bonus of that element that he swirled to every party member, and his second talent, which decreases stamina, is pretty good. Now this is just some quick gameplay that I got. It's not really good, but as you can, it's a good starting thing to show how normal battles would go. As you can see, when Venti has his ult with all enemies in it, it's really good. Like it does constant amount of damage, and it's lots of damage. And as you can see, my ult is almost back with just Venti. Now with Kazuha, it's also really good, but I didn't really play him that well here. Um, you need to go up in the air. When you go up in the air and you come back down, it does a lot of damage. And as you can see, when I use Venti's ult over here, he has problem with a lot of enemies such as ruin machines and other heavy enemies because he's not really able to target them with his ult, and his E is not able to do a lot of is not able to pull them together as well. But with Kazuha, he's able to reach every enemy and he's able to hit every enemy with his E. And his ult is really big as well, so he's able to hit a lot of enemies. Now I would say it's easier to infuse Venti's ult than Kazuha's ult in some situations. In others, it's really easy to do both, so don't really pay attention there. So before I continue with the showcase, I just wanted to show their weapons. You can run Wind Blue mode that you got in the 1.4 event. You can run Favonius bow, and his best in slot 4-star is Stringless for Venti. With 5-star weapons, you can go any support weapon like Elegy of the End, etc. With Kazuha, you can run a lot of good weapons like for the 4-stars, you can run his best in slot is the Iron Sting, which is very free to play friendly. You can run the flute if you want. You can run a lot of weapons. For 5-stars for Kazuha, you would want to go elemental damage bonus weapons the like Jade Cutter and the Mist Splitter. Just quickly showing my build, you would want to put only EM in both. Yeah. So here I'm gonna show you a quick domain run with Venti and Bennett. Bennett's just there for so that Venti doesn't die. I started this with no energy, but I quickly get it because Venti has a lot of particles in his E. So as you can see, Venti is pretty safe when doing not just this domain but a lot of other domains. You can just stay in the back and you can attack things. And as you can see, his alt causes all light units like these guys to fly in the air. One problem with that is some DPSs like Hutao or like Kuching or something are not able to hit those characters who are in the sky. As you can see, that maiden, uh, her shield was completely destroyed. Maybe because of the constant pyro. But that's the thing. His alt is really good for constantly hitting things. And as you can see, it's swirling for like 2k to 150 stuff like that. But it's still pretty good. Um, so yeah, I already have my alt again. Bennett has his alt again. It's really good. Now with Kazuha, I just wanted to show his second talent again because I don't think I explained it too well. As you can see, Bennett has a 0 pyro damage bonus. Don't ask why. And of course, Kazuha as well. So once we start this, you'll see that I will swirl. I'll put down his ult, and then I'll swirl the pyro. Now that will cause every party member in the thing, as you can see, the pyro damage bonus. um, and even Kazuha has a pyro damage bonus, and I'll show you the artifacts as well. I didn't switch anything. So as you can see, that's what his main use is, because he gives a lot of damage potential. I just have 500 EM, and he gets 20 extra elemental damage bonus. I didn't play Kazuha too well, so don't don't mind this. Uh, yeah, you can see the difference between Kazuha and Venti already. Where Kazuha, he CCs a lot. He's able to bring everything together, keep everything together, and then push everything away with his ult. And then if anything tries to get away from his ult, he just brings it back in. He also has that mechanic known as snapshot, where if his ult will always have the buffs even after the buff is off Kazuha himself. So if suppose I had a buff over there, like Bennett's buff, even if I'm not in Bennett's queue, he'll still have the snapshot. He'll still have the buff will still be on his ultimate. Um, and yeah, now, before I continue, I just wanted to explain something that caught up a long time ago, where Sucrose was described as a better Kazuha, but that's not true. Basically, her E is smaller than Kazuha's E, and it doesn't do the kind of swirl that Kazuha's swirl does. Like, he's able to double swirl. Now her first talent is nothing like Kazuha's. It just increases elemental mastery, which for some DPSs doesn't really work. Like for example, cryo and electro DPSs, and also this second one, which is increasing elemental mastery, which is nothing like Kazuha's elemental bonus damage. So yeah, now I'm gonna explain their constellations if you want to get them. Venti's first constellation is really bad unless you're going for shotgun Venti, which is then you're Chad. His second one decreases animo res and physical res, which is not too good. It's pretty good, but not that good. So his Constellation 3 and Constellation 5 increase the scaling. Constellation 4 causes him to have a 25% animo damage bonus when he gets a particle, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. And then his Constellation 6 is pretty good, where it decreases the animo res and also the corresponding res, which is really good. Now for Kazuha's C1 is really good, where it decreases the CD of Chihayaburu, and when you do Kazuha slash, you get to do your E again, which is a very big damage bonus. With his C2, it increases the EM and of Kazuha in the Kazuha slash, and also the EM of any other character inside Kazuha slash. With his C3 and C5 again scaling. His C4 is it's weird. It gives you more energy when you're below 45, but only when you're gliding or if you use your E and alt, which is pretty good. It's not bad. Helps you get your alt again. And then his C6 is really good because now he becomes a DPS where he's able to infuse his anemo, and because of the C1 he's able to constantly do it, since his C1 makes his tap E equal to 5 seconds, which is the same duration as his anemo. So what's my final verdict? Well, the simple answer is you should go for whoever you want. It's a gacha game at the end of the day. It's your preference. But if you want to go for meta, you can go for Kazuha and Venti, because Venti is also still in the meta, even though he kind of fell off. With Kazuha, he's really good because of his infusion and the elemental damage bonus that you get from it. With Venti, it's his constant alt, which constantly brings things closer together. Um, and at the end of the day, if you want to go for Constellations, you can go for Constellations. If you don't want to, you don't need to go for Constellations. Um, but yeah, that's basically it. It boils down to your personal preference. Kazuha is little bit better than Venti, but in certain situations, basically, it's Kazuha works on everything, but Venti in his niches is better than Kazuha. Both have really good teams. You can use Kazuha in Venti's teams. You can use Venti in Kazuha's teams. Um, so there's no problem there. It's just personal preference at the end of the day. So yeah, good luck whoever you want to go to. um, I would say both are really fun. You should get both, but obviously as a free to play you can't really do that. Well, yeah, good luck to anybody who's going for Venti, and good luck saving for Kazaha. um, yeah, thank you.